induction ceremony, the maiden one for this program. And our prayer is that after today, on a yearly basis, we'll have cause to glorify Almighty Allah for having this program in our university. And we also pray that, as I said, we started with public health, which we have had 2 induction. Now we are starting with medical laboratory science. Let's pray the next few months. We also have induction for our nursing graduates. Inshallah, let's say, inshallah. And inshallah, very soon, we have the medical program, MBBS, EA. And we also have induction for our graduating students for medical program. Let's say inshallah. On that note, I welcome you all. And I say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Can we say Allahu Akbar? Thank you, the Vice Chancellor, for giving us this opportunity to take the university to a higher level. It is indeed a thing of pride that this is happening during your tenure in office, and we hope that it's going to herald more achievements for the university and for its students. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I quickly introduce some of our distinguished guests who have just arrived. We have in our midst one of the elders and members of the Council of Medical Laboratory Sciences of Nigeria, Elder Olanira Oladejo. You are welcome, sir. We also have Elder Mr. Tijani. You are welcome, sir. And we have here today the pioneer head of the department of the Medical Laboratory Sciences, who is the Dean, Faculty of Applied Health Sciences, Edo State University, and also a parent. So he's wearing 3 caps today. The pioneer HOD, the Dean of the Faculty of Applied Health Sciences of Edo State University, and also a parent to one of the inductees, Professor Musa Muhibi. You are welcome, sir. I also want to introduce the Director of Academic Planning of this university, Dr. S.L. Noruddin. Are you here? Dr. S.L. Noruddin. And of course, the pioneer faculty officer of Health Sciences, Mr. Abdusalam Dawood. Rise for recognition, please. Thank you. Now, the next item on the agenda is the introduction and presentation of the keynote speaker. Before I invite him to come and address the audience, may I humbly request that Professor Omatosho Olayinka Ishaq rise while I recite his citation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, standing before us is Professor Omatosho Olayinka Ishaq, who is the head of the Department of Chemical Pathology and Biomedical Lab Sciences of the College of Medicine, University College Hospital, Premier University, University of Ibadan, Nigeria. He was born well over 60 years ago, and he attended first the Islamic High School Ibadan between 1971 and 1975, then the University College Hospital Ibadan between 1977 and 81, and between 1983 and 1984. He also attended the University of Ibadan between 1991 and 1992, and finally for his PhD between 2001 and 2007. So Prof can be described as Uni Ibadan personified. He obtained his PhD in 2007 in biochemical nutrition and toxicology. Prof here is an associate member of the Institute of Biomedical Science, United Kingdom in 1994. He also has the fellowship diploma of the Institute of Medical Laboratory Sciences of Nigeria with specialization in histopathology, covering histochemistry and cytology in 1994. He has also held several positions in the past and of course presently. For example, he was appointed as the acting head of department of MLS Uni Ibadan in August 2019. He was also appointed as member Board of Management Federal Medical Center Makurdi, a position he held in 2018 and is still holds till today. He was also appointed as reader in the Department of Chemical Pathology, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan in 2011. He was also appointed as the Special Advisor, Biochemical Toxicology and Nutrition to the University College Hospital, Ibadan from 2012 till date. Prof was also a visiting lecturer and examiner at various times between 1999 till date. He was a visiting lecturer at Achievers University Owo in 2011, a visiting lecturer at the University of Jos, Department of Medical Laboratory Science 2003 to 2005, School of Medical Laboratory Science, University College Hospital Ibadan 05 to 2007, and Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria as an examiner between 2003 and 2005. Our guest speaker is also a member of several learned societies, among which are Fellow Institute of Medical Laboratory Science Technology of Nigeria, member African Federation of Clinical Chemistry, member Nigerian Association of Clinical Chemistry, member Institute of Biomedical Sciences, United Kingdom, member Society of Toxicology of America, among several others. He is also a member of several religious societies, which of course is part of his contribution to his immediate society. He is a member of the Istijaba Prayer Group of Nigeria, pioneer coordinator of that association, Basoro Akobo Zone, chairman of Ibadan branch of that association, coordinator of the first retreat in UCH Ibadan between March 15 and 16, 2003, coordinator of the second retreat also in UCH, and of course, they organized the first children holiday in September 2004. Prof is a well-published academic. He has over 50 articles published in peer-reviewed journals and several others in learned journals, both at the local and the international levels. He has also held several positions in politics. Well, when I say politics, I mean both the campus politics and off-campus politics. He was the pioneer and founding president of UCH branch of the Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, MSSN, between 1978 and 1980. He was also the secretary of the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, UCH UI chapter, between 1986 and 1989. He was also the chairman, Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Oyo State branch, between 1991 and 1994. The first national vice president, Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, 2006 to 2008. Chairman, Nawairuddin Grammar School Governing Board, 2007 till date. National President, Islamic High School, Basoro Ibadan, Old Student Association, 2016 till date. And member, Governing Board, Federal Medical Center, Makurdi, 2018. Our distinguished guest speaker is happily married. He is a parent and grandparent to many children. And he has several hobbies, among which are playing football, photography, reading, and computer programming. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite to present his address, Professor Omatosho Olayinka Ishaq. Thank you for coming, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم ربي سيدني علما يا عالم الحفيات ويا كاشف المشكلات اكشف لوجوبنا أن وجوهنا في هذا المعنى وافسنا عن الأعداء والضلال وأنت الموافق لكل شيء وتعلم الغيوب اللهم رب سيدنا علما علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم سلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Because of brevity of time, I want to stand on the already established protocol. However, there is a saying in Yoruba, because I'm Yoruba, and Baba and other elders will permit me to say this. Ẹni tọ́lọ́run bá kí, béèyàn ò bá tiẹ̀ lè kí ó yẹ kéèyàn ó kí. Ìbàdàn ni mí bàbá, so I want to specially salute the founder of this university. Because it takes a lot of courage for somebody in business, for somebody of his background, to have put so much in a system like this that has an incubation period of nothing less than 10 or 15 years. For an average businessman, the important thing is computerized. Money goes in, it comes back. But for somebody to put in so much without any expectation for the next 10 to 15 years, I think it deserves a round of applause. Baba, please, let me say it in Yoruba because that will make it richer. Ọba tí ó máa ń dúpẹ́ fún yàn, á dúpẹ́ fún yín. Because tọ́lọ́run bá dúpẹ́ fún yàn, ojú kẹ́dà ẹgbẹ́ ò dúpẹ́ fún lọ. Ọba tó máa ń dúpẹ́ fún yàn, á bá dúpẹ́ fún yín. Àrò ọpẹ́ tá a fẹ́ kí Ọlọ́run ó dú fún yín ni pé k'Ọlọ́run jẹ́ k'àtúbọ̀tán yín ó dáa. K'Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ gúnlẹ̀ láyọ̀. For somebody to have done this much, he deserves to be commended. Once again, we commend you. I have asked them to do a PowerPoint of my little presentation, which is titled Medical Laboratory Science, the Oracle of Modern Medicine. I don't know why they are not projecting it yet, really because of those that may be at this side of the hall, so that they can also follow the discussion. However, because of brevity of time, I will probably go through it so that people can follow later. I have decided to have an outline for this presentation. Yes, thank God. And the outline starts by asking ourselves, what is medical laboratory science? Medical laboratory science is a profession which is also known as biomedical science in the UK, or clinical laboratory science in the United States of America and in Canada. And even in some other European countries, they still refer to that profession as medical laboratory technology. So wherever you may find yourself, you may be having this nomenclature. The important thing is to know that they are all saying one thing in different ways. It is the practice which involves the analysis of human samples, blood, urine, stool, tissues towards a particular objective, and that is to establish the etiology or the cause of a disease. Why is the cause of a disease important? Permit me again to say this briefly in Yoruba. Wọ́n ní bí èèyàn bá ti mọ tí ó ń ṣe èèyàn, oògùn rẹ̀ kò ṣòro. You need to establish the actual cause of a disease for the treatment to be effective. And that is the primary responsibility of a trained medical laboratory scientist. Why then do we now say they are the oracle of medicine? I have decided to look into the various dictionaries to tell us the various meanings of oracle. One of the dictionaries, I think Advanced English Dictionary, states that an oracle is an authoritative person who divines the future. Somebody that's able to predict that this is what is going to happen. Or a kind of prophecy that foretells what will be happening. And for that person to be worth his or her salt. Good. The person must be worthy of the name for that prophecy to be believable by those is telling. So therefore, the next thing is to ask ourselves, what now makes medical laboratory science an oracle? Medical laboratory science is an oracle because it is a profession that trains people who are scientists, though, but they are like detectives in the healthcare world. They look for clues, solutions that can shed light on the diagnosis and treatment of a disease or injury. Mind you, they work closely with doctors and other diagnostic arms in medicine to diagnose and monitor diseases. Aside from that, they also assess how well any therapies and medications work. What are the characteristics of an oracle? And therefore, what makes medical laboratory science an oracle? If we all go down memory lane, we will all discover that everything about us is governed by one metabolic process or the other. And these metabolic processes, they take place inside us. Even the voice that you are hearing, it is a product of a metabolic process. My being able to stand erect, you're being able to sit down there, you're being able to even see, look at the board and see what is there, is a product of a metabolic process. Therefore, anything that can go into that depth is a better reflection of what is happening at that level. That is why they say it is only the deep that can call to the deep. When you look at science, you will know that the human system is organized from the cell to the tissue to the organ and to the system. For any of these areas to be properly monitored, in the real sense of it, you need an algorithm, something that will be able to tell you that at the cellular level, at the organic level, this is what is happening. Because there are 1001 things happening simultaneously in the human system. Just as I'm standing, something is, a metabolic process is maintaining that. A process is maintaining my speech. Another process is maintaining my sight. If there is a derangement in any of these processes, the usual thing is that it will manifest with clinical signs. And we all know there are 1001 clinical signs that will be bearing several things, will be relating to several indications. And this is what makes medical laboratory practice an oracle. It is a kind of knowledge that tells you what is happening at that cellular level inside you. For example, if it is the voice that you want to monitor, there are diagnostic things that will tell you that, oh, the voice cord is diseased, and this is the picture. I will give you just one or two examples. There are 1001 elements that will present with headache, with fever. But which of them will we say is the main thing? Is it malaria? Is it typhoid? You need somebody who will come and tell you that, okay, we have looked at your blood, we have looked at your urine, we have looked at your tissue, we have looked at your cerebrospinal fluid, and we can tell you that this is what is happening because that blood circulates through the system and is able to better represent what is happening inside than the so-called clinical sign that you see outside. That is what makes medical laboratory science an oracle. To be able to do this, the science of medical laboratory has about 4 or 5 different disciplines, each with their specific focuses. You have clinical chemistry, you have hematology, which also include blood group science, blood transfusion science. You have microbiology, which has almost 3 or 4 different subspecialties. You have histopathology, or what is now called anatomic pathology. All these areas have been developed towards ascertaining the sanctity of the name of that profession. For it to be an oracle, is able to look at the chemistry of what is happening inside you, the biology of what is happening, and even the hematological picture. All these are what actually make the profession what it is. However, I think it is pertinent to carry us through in a very short form how the profession has evolved over the years, at least in Nigeria. It is pertinent to mention that medical laboratory science, like any other worthy profession in Nigeria, medicine, law, engineering, they all started with humble beginnings. Maybe most of us may not know that the surgeon of today used to be like a butcher, in quotes, in those days. People that use cutlass to cut tissue and bone. That's how surgery started. And the first set of engineers and doctors, they were trained at Yaba in this year, Nigeria, before any other university started them. So just like that, medical laboratory science also in Nigeria, it has a humble beginning. And the history of that profession could be categorized into just 3 stages. There is the pre-1968 era, which was before the creation of the Nigerian Institute of Medical Laboratory Technology. The second stage was the era of the Institute of Medical Laboratory Technology, when they created that institute in 1968. And of course, the last is where we are now, the era of the degree program and change of name from medical laboratory technology to medical laboratory science. I don't want to bother us with the details of that. However, I need to emphasize what is the general format of training, because I need to mention that towards the end of this my presentation. In Nigeria as of today, there are only 2 modes of training. It's either you train as a department or as a faculty. And I think it's only Sokoto that is presently, and Calabar has just started. that is training as a faculty. Other universities are training as departments. The essence of that is this: if it's a department, it means that all the sub-disciplines I've just mentioned, they constitute one body under one head. However, where the faculty is being used, they now have each of those as departments. We have Department of Chemical Pathology, Hematology, Microbiology, under a dean that is heading the faculty. The difference is this: when it runs as a faculty, it's a case of you are everybody's child, yet you belong to none. In other words, nobody can claim. It's the way medicine is being run, medicine, MBBS. MBBS, that's why it's not docile or domiciled in any department. It is the college provost that will say that, oh, these are my products. However, both of them have their pros and cons. We will come to that later. We need to now look at the link between medicine and medical laboratory science that make MLS the oracle we've been talking about. And to be able to do that, and for the benefit of those that may not be medically inclined in this hall, I will just mention just two things. Like I said earlier on, I've mentioned the idea of somebody presenting with fever, headache, and the next thing is, could it be malaria? Could it be typhoid? Could it be this? Could it be that? Mere examination of the blood or the urine will tell us precisely if it is malaria or typhoid. And there is no magic there. Once the result is out, if in the case of microbiology, the result will go to the extent of telling you which drug will kill the organism. And that is what the medical scientist will recommend to the physician. The physician will now prescribe those drugs to the patient, and the patient will now get over the illness, and it will look as if, oh, a magic has been performed. The magic has actually been performed by somebody behind the scene, who, though is not seen, but is working well after the clinic has closed to ensure that wrong diagnosis is not made. And I will give you an example of that one. Some of us will remember we lost two very prominent Nigerians. We mentioned their name. One was a former president because he was wrongly diagnosed. The second one, a prominent lawyer, because he was also wrongly diagnosed. That does not mean death will not come. But the meaning is that if they had been properly diagnosed, they probably would have been properly monitored and probably would have stayed longer. Even if they did not stay longer, they would have enjoyed good life for the period they lived. But they could not because a wrong diagnosis was made. And that underscores the relevance and importance of the people we want to celebrate today. I will also mention another example of a non-communicable disease. Every one of us must have heard of hypertension, diabetes, sickle cell anemia, COPD. Yes, those are diseases that cannot be transmitted. But as difficult as they are, studies have shown us that they are much more prevalent in this our community than the so-called infection, than even the so-called HIV, COVID that the people are clamoring about. There are more people with hypertension, with diabetes than any of those other ones we are talking of. How will you differentiate them? The only way is to allow a medical scientist to do the proper diagnosis and come up with a result that will say that yes, this person is diabetic. And once it's established, they place you on drug. The same thing with hypertension. Once you're on the drug and you comply with the rules, it will look as if somebody has performed a miracle. There is no miracle there other than the person that established the diagnosis has done the right thing and has been able to channel a course for whoever wants to manage you. SARS and MARS. Where stands Al-Hikmah University as a trainer of the Oracle? As the first private university in Kwara State to start a degree program in MLS. I want to once again congratulate and commend the founder of this university for their laudable vision of joining the moving train of MLS profession in Nigeria. It can therefore be stated without any equivocation that Al-Hikmah University has joined the team of those aligning our country with others in the world of ensuring best practices in medical care towards eliminating guesswork or what is called quackery. May Allah continue to strengthen you and all those that have given you the support to sustain this system. I think we should all say amen. I want to direct this to the founder, sir, and to the management. I think one of the beauties of human being is our ability to be an Oliver Twist, to always ask for more. Sir, for this program to meet the laudable vision and objective, we need to think of expanding it. And one of the expansion will be to introduce entrepreneurial program that will ensure that even when your students graduate, because the vision of this program now cuts across, it extends beyond medicine. If you read it, I've not read what is there, but by the time you read it, you will see they have duties, they have roles in the pharmaceutical industry, in the food industry, everywhere. We need to prepare them for those tasks. And the best way to do that is to broaden the curriculum such that they will have a foundation to build on. Nowadays, education is not stereotyped. Education is just an instrument to a greater end. We've seen some of our colleagues. I'm happy some of my colleagues are here. I will soon come to you. Permit me to recognize them. They started American Rocket Scientists. They are now IT specialists in US, in UK. That's the beauty of education. We need to put that into our curriculum. And sir, that will involve trying to pump in more. I'm being very careful because this is a tight period, but it involves more money. For example, they need a system where on their own, they can do a lot of standardization of things their final year students do as projects. They will need equipment for that in their department. Because they will need to certify and verify some of their claims so that they can now get patents for the system. And it will be to the benefit of the university on the long run. Of course, that will involve more money. Like I was discussing with them, if I had known earlier, I would have said that Baba should help us invite some of his friends here today. Let them come and see the beauty of what Baba has been doing alone and be a partner to him by just saying that, okay, we want to establish an IT unit specifically for a BMLS lab. And for that, we are giving the department 2 million to start with. And I don't think that would be too much. Can we please give a round of applause in advance for that? Secondly, sir and ma, I think you also need to broaden your curriculum on research methodology, because some of your students will definitely be interested in acquiring further education. They will need to know how to carry out research, and you need to give them a foundation. Having said this, I want to admonish the inductees. And my admonition will be better explained by the first stanza of AMSIN anthem, which has just been read. Because of time, I won't read it, but I will tell you the message I want you to learn from it. It is pertinent for you to know that the profession of medical laboratory science is a noble profession. Your generation is about the luckiest in terms of an enabling environment. I have deliberately gone down memory lane to tell you where this profession is coming from, to epitomize the meaning of the verses of the above anthem. I will therefore wish to admonish you with the words of two great men, Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. Mandela said of blessed memory, and I quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And Luther King also said, and I quote, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively, to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." Please note the word, intelligence plus character. Intelligence is what they have given you, the foundation. Character is what you have been building from your various homes. And you will need to continue to build that, because without that character, no matter how intelligent you are, nobody will respect you. You therefore need to take those two as the key things to your success in life. It is important, because if you are good and you don't have character, you don't have honor, nobody will respect you. If you have honor and you are not good professionally, you will equally not be respected. So you need to take the two together, and I pray that God in his infinite mercy will give you the grace to be able to imbibe that. In your attempt to change the world of medical science, let the change start from you by upholding and imbibing strict professional ethics. In medical laboratory science, we don't cut corners. We say things the way we have seen them. If somebody is pregnant, you don't, because you don't want to cause anything, change the result. Pregnancy is pregnancy. Is positive is positive. There is no shortcut. It is their own problem to go and sort out whatever may be their feelings about that. Finally, in conclusion, I want you to know that you have been given the skeleton in your various disciplines. It is now your duty to properly robe the skeleton, dress and make it up with your intellect and character. You will need those two weapons. Science of which medical laboratory is an integral part, is very dynamic. You must not relent or be academically complacent. You must strive to make your good better and your better best. Definitely, the sky is the limit for anybody that is willing to explore. In conclusion, I want to refer you to the last stanza of that same anthem of Amsin, which says, "We are great heirs of a mystery. We are anointed to unveil our secrets. So holy and sublime our ways be, that later verdicts yield their healing. We are now masters, no longer toddlers. You are tributaries of talents, and that is the high tide of medical laboratory science." Sirs and Ma, medical laboratory scientists are those that, though they don't spend as much time as you as doctors and nurses, but they are as dedicated to your health and well-being as any other person, because they are vital members of the healthcare team, and they play a critical role in collecting necessary information that will give you the needed care. Medical scientists are the people working behind the scene to ensure your proper health care, several hours even when the clinic must have closed. I want to thank you for listening.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Can we appreciate Prof better than that? According to the program, Prof was billed to speak for 30 minutes. He spoke for 24 minutes. And that is one of the hallmarks of great people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next item on the agenda, may I quickly introduce the following people. Adia Mrs. Anyetola MM, Deputy Director, Ministry of Health, Kwara State. Can you rise for recognition? Thank you for coming. Now? Okay. Director. Oh, thank you. Director, Ministry of Health. Dr. Aduma Godwin, HOD, MLS, Unilorin. Can you rise for recognition? Thank you. Engineer Kamil Olalekan, National Amir of the Companion, and his wife, Adia Ganiyat Olalekan. You are welcome, sir. Mr. Abdurrahman Nasir, Head of Department, College of Health Technology, OFA. You are welcome, sir. Dr. Oyedeji Jamiu, Director, MLS, Osun State. You are welcome, sir. Mrs. Okoy, Staff of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. You are welcome. Thanks for coming. Mr. Abdulwahid Ademosun, Assistant Director, MLS, OAU Teaching Hospital Complex. Thanks for coming, sir. Mr. Muhammad Kacha, Staff, NMPC Abuja, and Mr. Umar Ibn Yahya, Staff, Niger State Water Resources. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate you. Now to the most important aspect of today's occasion, which is the presentation of the inductees by the Head of Department of MLS. Now, this is the point where the HOD rises to present the inductees for the induction proper. May I invite Dr. L.O. Olatunbosun to present the inductees.
Registrar, sir, I present to you the following persons who have satisfied the requirements of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria and the Senate of Al-Hikmah University, and have been found worthy both in character and in learning to be inducted into the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. I so present
Thank you, the Head of Department. The Vice Chancellor, permit me to observe the protocols that you have previously established because of time. And because you have been sitting for a while, I will ask us all to do something before I continue with the business for the day. And that's going to be with the exception of the founder of the university. I want all of us to please rise at this time. All of us, with the exception of the founder. Founder, you can please sit. Okay? Founder alone. And this is both an exercise and a way of saying thank you. I want us all to put our hands together, a round of applause for the founder of the university. Let's do that very well. He deserves commendation. Okay. Number two, those on this side of the divide, on the high table, you can please sit down. And that's the second thing we're going to do today. And all of us on this side, can we give them a round of applause? The management of this university have done very well training these ones. And finally, I want those of us by this side, I guess the teachers, the lecturers and other professors are by this side. I can see we have parents and students here. So you can please sit by this side. Now I want you to face them and give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. And then students, you can remain standing. And then the rest of us can please sit down. Now I want you to turn around, students, and face them. Please turn around and face them. Please sit down. Please sit down. Okay, they are all students too. Don't worry, I know why I'm calling you students now. The inductees. I'm using that term students deliberately. Because in the eyes of the council, you are still students at this time. Now I want you to bow and say, thank you, sir, thank you, ma. And then turn around and take your seat briefly. You will please excuse me, I'm not going to go through the protocols again. I'm going to first read out the address of the Registrar Chief Executive Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, the statutory body that regulates the profession of medical laboratory science and has the power and responsibility to determine the standards for those that are seeking to become medical laboratory scientists. Medical laboratory science, I dare to say, is the best profession in the world. I say that with 100% confidence. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, when you have experienced something, you want to be part of it. I was very happy to see my brother and friend, Professor Muebi. Please stand up. He is our National Secretary, Association of Medical Laboratory Science. Please sit down. And I will start from him. If this man was not enjoying his profession, and if the profession is not a very good profession, there is no way he's going to ask his daughter or encourage his daughter to be part of that profession. And I want the daughter to stand up for recognition too. Are you here? Very good. Please sit down. And I was very happy to learn that the daughter is graduating today with a first-class degree. Sorry, I'm taking your time. I will tell you a little about myself. My father is a medical laboratory scientist. I am married to a medical laboratory scientist. My wife is a chemical pathologist, and I am a hematologist. My younger sister is a medical laboratory scientist. So if my children tell me tomorrow, Daddy, I want to become a medical laboratory scientist, what do you think my answer will be? Okay, let me stop there and go to the business of the day. I just said that to charge us up because we look too serious in this auditorium. And we are here to celebrate. Is that not correct? At some point, I'm going to ask the ICT people to play us music and we are going to dance here. This is the address of the Registrar Chief Executive Officer of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, Dr. Tosin Erabo, at the induction of this first set of Medical Laboratory Science graduates of Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin, today, Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. It is delightful for me to be here with you on this historic occasion of the induction of the pioneer set of medical laboratory science graduates of this institution, Al-Hikmah University. I welcome you all, family and friends of the inductee, who have come from all walks of life to witness this momentous occasion. I congratulate the inductees on whose account we have converged. As this is our first meeting this year, 2023, let me equally wish you a happy and prosperous new year. This sort of occasion offers the Medical Laboratory Science Council the opportunity to evaluate and appreciate the progress we have made in our effort to bequeath the citizenry a health laboratory system that is fit for purpose, by painstakingly ensuring that the standard of training available to would-be medical laboratory scientists benchmarks international best practices. The Council is gradually transforming the profession right from the basic. I want to pause here and dare say something. You see the kind of medical laboratory scientists that we are training in Nigeria. They are one of the best that you can find anywhere in the world. I'll give you one example to prove my point. Among healthcare professionals, there is the Japa syndrome now. Everybody know about Japa, Abi? I hope these ones that we are graduating now are all not planning to Japa. And so if you are a medical laboratory scientist and you want to go and practice in UK, for instance, you don't need to write exam because you have actually been overtrained for their own standard. You just apply and they welcome you and you begin to practice. I don't want to mention the other professions. When they want to go to those countries, they have to write exams and be assessed all over again. I thought you put your hands together for medical laboratory scientists. I appreciate all those that have endured to stay in this place and be part of the training of these ones, including those in the hospitals, the Director of Medical Laboratory Services, and all their team in the teaching hospital. May God bless you and reward you. MLSCN derives its power from Act 11, 2003, which mandates it to determine from time to time the standard of knowledge and skill to be attained by persons seeking to become medical laboratory scientists. Pursuant to the provision of the law, MLSCN formulates relevant policies while working in partnership with training institutions to ensure that global standards underline the training of those seeking to join the profession. Today, 10 pioneer products of the Department of Medical Lab Science are to be inducted, having gone through the stipulated training and being found worthy of character and learning. I thought you would clap your hands for them. Therefore, I wish to commend the leadership of Al-Hikmah University for their efforts in ensuring that Medical Lab Science Department finds its feet among the training institution. Although founded in 2005, this institution is growing in the training of medical laboratory scientists. We applaud the authorities for the confidence building and remarkable accomplishment of producing the first set of MLS graduates. I have one of my students who is presently practicing at University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. And when she was talking to me about the set of students that come there for routine laboratory posting, she actually testified that the students that come from this institution are well trained. And I want to commend you for all those input. MLSCN will work to continue with you to ensure that you bring to bear on the young ones in your care the high moral, ethical, and academic standard that define this institution. In doing so, you must also commit your institution to the high training and standard set by MLSCN. The processes, policies, infrastructure, equipment, personnel, and other requirements for the smooth and effective running of medical lab science department deserve the attention of authority. I want to thank Professor Muibi, who I heard was the pioneer head of department, for the things that they have put in place here. And I also want to challenge those that are currently in charge to sustain the tempo and make sure that the department is adequately staffed and has all the facilities that is required for the training of the upcoming ones. The current situation where the authorities seem reluctant to fund the MLS department with attendant consequences, such as the sharing of laboratories. And let me pause and emphasize, when we are training medical laboratory scientists, we must pay attention to ensure that we don't graduate people who don't know what they are doing and who have not spent adequate time to master the techniques that they need to practice. The reason is very simple. If a medical laboratory scientist makes any mistake during practice, every other person in hospital practice will get it wrong. The doctor will give a wrong prescription. The pharmacist will issue the wrong drug. The nurse will be providing the wrong nursing care. And you can tell what will eventually happen to such patients. We don't want to train people who don't have adequate knowledge of what they are expected to practice. So the training in this profession requires that our laboratories should be dedicated laboratories so that the students will be able to spend enough time in the laboratory to master what they are supposed to learn. Furthermore, and this is in the words of the registrar, if you do not take urgent steps to address the lingering issue of staffing, you will be shortchanging the students and overworking the existing staff. The issue will also present a huge challenge for your institution at the time of re-accreditation. So far, your institution has done well in adhering to the policy on timelines for student indexing and professional examination. A round of applause. That is commendable, as policies are nothing if not adhered to, and MLSCN will not hesitate to apply sanctions for any breach of its policies. I urge you to continue the work with us to build a healthy laboratory system that our fellow citizens can be proud of. It all begins with the standard of training available to the young ones. My dear inductees, you have done well so far and have earned the right to be one of the chosen 10 who, after this exercise, will become ambassadors of both their alma mater and Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. Congratulations once again. Now, as your sojourn in Al-Hikmah University draws to an end, a new vista of opportunities as well as challenges is unfolding within the health sector. I encourage you to avail the sector of the skills you have acquired here, at least for some years, rather than hastily joining the gravy trains to other climes helped by the sacrifice and patriotism of their citizens. I want to pause and say something. Nobody is going to prevent you from going outside the country to practice or to seek better opportunities. But you must also spend time to invest in yourself professionally and academically, so that you are not going to be worse off wherever you are going. When you get your professional license today, you are going to be given provisional license to practice, not your final license. So have the patience to stay for 1 year to do your internship. I don't know if the CMD of UITH is here and the CMD of, what's the other hospital? Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta. These students are very few, they are only 10. And I hope that the 2 teaching hospitals are going to absorb them automatically for internship. Is that not what you will like? I thought you are going to clap for them already. Now after that 1 year, we will advise you to do your NYSC before you begin to think of other things. You must be committed to the ethical standards that underscore the medical lab science profession as pioneer product of the MLS program here. You have also become role models to those coming after you. Moreover, MLSCN has zero tolerance for unethical practices and would not hesitate to sanction those who refuse to play by the rules. At all times, you must show self-respect and respect for your superiors, while being mindful that sacrifices of some of your superiors may have helped the profession to attain its current height. Let me also warn you against seeking National Youth Service Corps deployment without first completing the internship program or having a full practicing license. I will pause to explain further. Management, please, you are not allowed to mobilize these ones for NYSC yet. They have to spend 1 year for their internship training, which is part of their studentship. They will be required to present their final license, which they are going to get after that 1 year, as part of the registration requirements at the camp. Some of your predecessors who ignored this warning and proceeded to NYSC camp ended up embarrassing themselves. As it is often said, from the mistake of the foolish, the wise will learn their lesson. So learn accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your contribution towards making this event a success, and I wish you journey mercies back to your various destinations. Thank you. We will now go to the major business of the day. Would you please give them the oath? Please rise. Now all 10 of you have with you the code of conduct for medical laboratory scientists. I would like you to take that code of conduct. It has 10 points, and read it carefully from point number 1 to point number 10. If there is anything in the code of conduct that is against your belief or that you do not agree with, you may please return the code of conduct to us and we will show you the way out. Okay. Do we all agree to all the points in the code of conduct for medical laboratory scientists? I want to hear you clearly. I can't hear you. You use the same tone and voice to read out this code of conduct. But before you do that, I want you to get your writing material and write your phone numbers on the top. Please do that very fast. Okay? Or you may attend to that later because of time. But the one that is mandatory is that you are going to raise your right hand. All of you, please. While holding the code of conduct by the left. And you will read after me. I. You mention your name. I. Ẹjọ́ bá mi wò wọ́n dáadáa ní tí ò sọ̀rọ̀. When you say I, you mention your name. You insert your name. I. Maybe you should give one of them microphone so that I can hear them very well. I pledge as a professional member of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria.
Of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria.
To always.
To always.
1. Exercise my professional knowledge and skill.
Exercise my professional knowledge and skill.
With judgment and care.
With judgment and care.
For the benefit of the wider general public.
For the benefit of the wider general public.
And in the best interest of the users of this service.
And in the best interest of the users of this service.
2. Demonstrate the standards of conduct.
Demonstrate the standards of conduct.
Honesty.
Honesty.
Integrity.
Integrity.
In my personal and professional behavior.
In my personal and professional behavior.
3. Understand.
Understand.
Recognize.
Recognize.
And work within the limit of my professional knowledge.
And work within the limit of my professional knowledge.
Skills.
Skills.
And experience.
And experience.
4. Recognize the belief and values.
Recognize the beliefs and values.
Of the wider general public.
Of the wider general public.
The users of my service.
The users of my service.
And professional colleagues.
And professional colleagues.
Treating them on a fair and equitable public basis.
Treating them on a fair and equitable public basis.
5.
5.
Ensure the confidentiality of patient information.
Ensure the confidentiality of patient information.
6.
Ensure
that my own beliefs.
Ensure that my own beliefs.
And values.
Do not prejudice.
Or compromise. My ability. To carry out my professional roles. And duties. 7. Maintain, improve, and keep up to date. My professional knowledge and skills. 8. Aid and support. The development of medical laboratory science. By educating. Or training of professional colleagues. And the users of the service. And the wider general public. 9. Promote the study. And activity of medical laboratory science. By promotion of the health. Aims. And objective. Of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. 10. Show due respect. And gratitude. To my teachers. Maintain friendly relations. With my colleagues. And whenever possible. Endeavor to teach students. Placed under my care. I solemnly promise. You put your name there. I solemnly promise
that
as a registered member of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, I will abide faithfully in all due loyalty by the rules of the council. So help me God. So help me Allah. Good. Thank you. I will give you a minute to sit down and write your name, your signature, date, and status. Please fill that. You may please guide them. Where is the lady? Kolowa. Sit down for a minute and write. Use your pen and fill the details. Please go and confirm that you fill everything. Just check. Sorry, I have to confirm that they have filled it and signed it. Now, a while ago, I referred to them as students. There's a reason why I asked them to sit down. Founder, sir, Vice Chancellor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce to you the newest set of medical laboratory scientists. I am coming to the interesting part. This university is fortunate to be the one to graduate the first set of medical laboratory scientists in 2023. And so this university is first in a lot of things. I heard that it is the first Islamic faith-based institution in Nigeria. Am I correct? Okay. And it is now the first also to graduate students in 2023. You may please now rise for recognition, and I want you to celebrate them with a round of applause. Do that better. Do that better. It's not easy to become a medical lab scientist too. If you know, clap for them very well. Thank you. You are going to come out one after the other to collect your license. And let me begin to tell you what you are up for. Starting from now, you be responsible for certain things. When you were a student, you can afford to do certain things and they will say he's a student, he's supposed to be supervised by somebody, so you are covered. But from now henceforth, there must be some degree of responsibility. I don't know if we can adjust this table slightly backwards, because I would like these inductees, as they collect their license, to have handshake with the principal officers and the founder, and I won't want to call them out. So if it is possible for us to have some space here. Okay, I think we have adequate space now. All right. No, we'll collect the code of conduct first. Call the head of the department. I think I can call you for assignment.
Okay.
You will please help us to retrieve the code of conduct from them, from this side.
Okay.
One after the
After there.
Yes, one after. When they come there. So when they come up, you can bring up the license, you shake them and give them. So, thank you. No, it's fine. Yes. You are only 10, so we are taking our time. After all, we are here to celebrate with you. We will call you one after the other. You come outside and give your code of conduct to him. He will retrieve that on my behalf. You have handshake here, and then you are going to, I don't know if I can bring the VC or some other person. Please come, keynote speaker. Please come, sir. Either the VC or just a few people. Maybe the DVC. Keynote speaker, you can come, please, too. I mean, induction, you can come, sir. Okay. All right. Muhammad Hawa. Whoever is taking photograph should come somewhere here. Turn around and take a photograph here. Habib Muhammad Kudu. Abdulganiyu Waliat K. Muibi Mutumna Opeyemi. Forgive me. Rafiu Nafiu. Bolarinwa Badmus Korede. Isa Sikiru Opeyemi. Usman Aisha Bundu. Bukar Hawa Hassan. Nasir Bilkis Aderonke. To coordinate. Thank you, yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Who is going to coordinate that? It's part of what? Okay, all right. Okay. Congratulations again to all of you, the newest medical laboratory scientists 2023. Hold on, hold on. You are going to have plenty time to take pictures. Now, I'm going to lead you to taking the final bow. I thought somebody from your department should do that, but okay. I want you to first look towards this side. You know, that, okay, this is going to be your right now, okay? Right? When I say you should turn, you just turn rightwards like that, okay? So all of you turn to the right. This way. You are going to face your parents. I want you to start from there. No. I think they are seated by this side. Both sides. Okay, let us just assume the parents are seated this way, right? Okay, then you start from that place actually. Please turn and face your parents. I am very sure that your parents have made a lot of sacrifice to put you in this institution. I know that it is not easy to train students in a private university. For that reason, you are going to bow and tell them thank you for all their sacrifices, for all their contribution, helping you to come this far. You will remove your headrest, take a bow and say thank you. 1, 2, 3, go. Next, I want you to face your teachers, your mentors, those who have trained you in the teaching hospitals, and others that have been part of your training in one way or the other. Without them, you are not going to be here today. You are here today because of their sacrifices and commitment. I want you to take a bow and tell them thank you. 1, 2, 3, go. And I will combine the others because of our time. I want you to face this side of the hall. The university has invested a lot in this program. We thank the founder for what he has done and the vision that he has, putting this university in place. He could have, if he prefers to do that, use his money for other things, just like so many other people in this country. And before you take a bow, all of you, I'm going to teach you something simple. And I want us all to chant that in this hall in recognition of what the founder has done in the university. You are going to say, Baba o, Baba o, Baba o. Koluwa da Baba si fún wa. Baba o, Baba o, Baba o. I didn't hear you. Say that again. Baba o, Baba o, Baba o. Koluwa da Baba si fún wa. You see, the Yoruba people will do it like this. They say, Bàbá o, bàbá o, bàbá o, k'Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. Thank you very much. I don't know how to sing, but that one is enough. Next, I really want to commend the management of this institution, the Vice Chancellor and the team, the head of department, everyone that has been part of the training of these students. You have done very, very well. And I want you to remove your headdress and take a bow and say, thank you, sir, thank you, ma. Okay, I think that is enough. You can now please sit down, and I will call the... I think you need to clap for me too.
Thank you very much. The representative of the registrar and CEO of MLS CN for taking us through that very important protocol in the induction ceremony. I welcome the parents and well-wishers of the inductees who are just making their ways into the auditorium. Thank you for making today's event a memorable one for us. May I also introduce the provost of the College of Health Technology Offer, Mr. Aliu Abdurrahouf. Can you rise for recognition, please? Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. I also want to use this medium to remember the late immediate past head of the department of MLS, Dr. Mrs. Rahim Ramata, who transited to the great beyond a couple of months ago. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all of our sins and admit her into the loftiest palaces of Jannah. Now to the next item of the agenda, and this is also one of the most important aspects of this induction ceremony, and this is where I invite the chairman of the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Kwara State Branch, Mr. Ogowale Kolawole Abayomi, to please come and accept these new fellows into the profession. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The Council Registrar, Dr. Tosain Rabo, ably represented by Professor Olayeju, our grandfather, sir, the founder Al-Hikmah University, Alhaji Dr. Abdurrahim Oladimeji, the President General Aro Foundation, the Jagumolu of Igbajaland, the Arogmudade of Lagos, and Baba Oba of our kingdom. Please permit me to add one more title to Baba's title. I want to call in today Baba of Medical Lab Science. A round of applause for him. The Vice Chancellor, sir, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, and other members of the University Management, the Head of Service, ably represented, the Commissioner for Health, ably represented, the Chief Medical Director of University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, ably represented, the Medical Director of FMC Abeokuta, ably represented, the keynote speaker, sir, our dear mentor. I must not forget to mention our National Secretary, sir, Professor Muibi, who happens to be wearing two caps today. He's serving as the National Secretary and the father of one of our graduates, one of the inductees. You are welcome, sir. The head of department from various universities, Dr. Adumo, Professor Nu, the Director and Deputy Director of Medical Laboratory Services, both at UITH and Ministry of Health, the elders of our profession, retired but not tired, the inductees of today, who I can now pronounce as a professional junior colleague, to the parents and the guardians, gentlemen of the press, I want to welcome us to today's occasion. Like it has been said, Al-Hikmah University has been setting standard. The first Islamic-based university in the entire North region to start the profession of medical laboratory science. And today, they are the first university in the entire North region, first university, I said it again, to receive the blessing of NUC and MLSCN to receive full-fledged accreditation. And today, they are producing the first sets and they are setting records. And something in the history of Kwara State AMSIN will be happening today, first in its record too. University has decided to award one of our retired senior colleague, retired but not tired. It has never happened in the history of Kwara State. So the first in record, we want to say thank you to the university. So on behalf of the national president, Professor James Dame, and our dear national secretary that is here today, I'm Ogunwale Kolawole Ayobami Tajudeen. I'm the state AMSIN chairman, and on behalf of the ESCOs of medical laboratory scientists in Kwara State, all our members, our senior colleagues on seats, I want to welcome you on board. Today, you have received your license to practice as medical laboratory scientists, and we are happy that you are joining on board. And I want to use this medium to appeal to our chief medical directors from FMC, Abeokuta, and University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, who will be giving an award today too at this occasion, that you will please help us to adopt and give these interns, because you are now interns, give them opportunity to have internship training under them. They are just 10. So teaching hospital can say, okay, we want to absorb all the 10. FMC Abeokuta too can say, we want to adopt all the 10, so that they can start their internship training in earnest. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Can we give him a round of applause? That was the acceptance into the MLS profession of our inductees by the chairman of the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Kwara State Branch. And now to other functions. Before then, may I introduce the representatives of the Medical Director, Federal Medical Center at Abeokuta. We have Dr. K.S. Akinwande, Careers for Recognition, and Alhaji R.A. Bakari. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Now to other functions, I would like to call on the chairman once again to present an award to the founder of this great institution, Alhaj Chief Dr. Abdurrahim Amaho Oladimeji OFR, as a mark of recognition of his illustrious contributions to education in general and the medical profession in particular. Over to you, the chairman, sir.
Thank you very much. I want to call on the founder of our great institution, the founder of Al-Hikmah University, our grandfather. Please, we want you to be on stand, sir. Thank you, sir. Precisely almost a year ago, that was March 2021, March 15, 2021. That will be the first time ever that myself and the School of AMSIN Kwara State will be paying courtesy visit to our dear father. And at his residence, he said something. Ẹ̀yin medical lab yìí mi mọ̀ tí mo ṣáà fi nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín tó pọ̀. And since that time, Baba have been showing us that love. He called us at a time to give advice. I want to say without missing word that before we came on board this present executive, at the state branch level, we don't have what we call a mobile vehicle. And during the program we held last year, we approached Baba that we wanted to be at our program. And Baba contributed handsomely to the program. And I can tell you that on the day of the opening ceremony, with the support of Baba and others, we were able to buy a Sienna bus for the association. In fact, that same very day, as we are leaving the opening ceremony, we went down straight to his house to say, Baba, this is what we have gotten from the support you have given the association. He said, and you are more willingly, come on, take open line around money. But you have not done your own like that. So Baba, we want to really appreciate you. So even though last year we gave him an award of excellence, but we are like today, being the first induction ever at Al-Hikmah University, we should also come on board to appreciate Baba and to appreciate the university, because they have been trailblazer in everything we do in medical lab science. So I want to call on our two senior directors from UITH, in person of Mr. Kunle Fawotade and Mr. Bernard Solomon. They are both directors from UITH, and Alaja Ayantola to join us in the presentation, please. Let's be fast because of Baba. Alaja Ayantola, please. Not until advent of MLS in Kwasu and Al-Hikmah University, as professionals in the States, we have not been having it so good. Let me say it. Our headers on C can testify to that. But they are happy today that MLS in Kwara State is moving from grace to grace. At the last program we had at the Kwara State Kwara Hotel, the executive governor was on seats and deputy governor was also on seats, which goes to tell us that we are going places in Kwara State. So I want to hand over to my director from UITH and the Minister of Health to do the presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Without much ado, there's nothing we want to give our Baba that will be enough, or we equal what he has done for us as professionals and also in the training of our future professionals as well. Baba, this is just a token of our love to you, sir. You have done more than what we can pay back, and we can only say that God will grant you a long life, full of sound health, more wins, more fulfillment in every areas of your life, sir. And we pray that Al-Hikmah University will continue to grow from strength to strength, and the university will continue to achieve giant strides in the nearest future. Thank you, Baba.
On behalf of the entire staff and students of the university, we thank the chairman and the members of the Medical Laboratory Scientists Association of Nigeria for honoring the founder and for your support for the program in the university. Thank you very much. Now to other important matters. We also have an award for one of the professional elders of the discipline. But before we go to the presentation of the award, may I invite Elder Babawale David Toyin to please rise while I recite his citation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, standing before you this morning is Elder Babawale David Toyin, who is a man of many honors as far as the medical laboratory science is concerned. He was born in 1955 at Iba, Ifelodu local government area of Osun State, Nigeria. He attended St. Peter's Primary School, Iba, between 1962 and 1968, and the University of Ilorin between 1996 and 2000, College of Education Ilorin, Andrew Scientific and Shivani Scientific of India Andrology Training in 2016, and he attained several certificates during his academic sojourn. He has the Association of Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria Certificate in Bacteriology, the Fellow of Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria in Chemical Pathology, Masters of Science in Medical Microbiology, Diploma in Computer Science, Certificate in Andrology, among several others. He has also served in various capacities, one as a medical laboratory scientist, 2 in 1982, medical laboratory scientist 1 in 1985, senior medical laboratory scientist in 1988, principal medical laboratory scientist in 1992, assistant chief medical laboratory scientist in 1996, chief medical laboratory scientist in 2004, and he retired from service as Deputy Director, Medical Laboratory Services. He retired on the 7th of February, 2015. Standing before you is a man who has received several letters of recommendation in service for his active and qualitative contributions to the public service. He has the letter of appreciation from the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital Task Force on open heart surgery for hard work and useful contribution to its assignments. He is also a member of several bodies and groups, a member of UITH Committee on Zero Tolerance on Power and Water Failure, member UITH Task Force on Open Heart Surgery, member UITH Laboratory Accreditation Committee, Secretary Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Kwara State Charter, Chairman of the Association on Ethics and Discipline, Chairman, Laboratory Quality Management Systems Committee, UITH Department of Chemical Pathology and Immunology, among several others. Elder Babawale David Toyin is married to the love of his life. The marriage started in 1985 and it is blessed with 4 beautiful and glorious children. May I now invite Elder Babawale David Toyin to please come to the podium to receive his award. Thank you, sir. The Deputy Vice Chancellor should kindly do us the honor of presenting the award of excellence to this very distinguished personality. Okay. The award is being given to him by the Al-Hikmah University in Ilorin.
This is a recognition of excellence in contribution to humanity. Al-Hikmah University Ilorin Special Award of Honor to Elder Babawale David Toyin, FML SCN, as the Distinguished Elder of Medical Laboratory Science Profession in Kwara State. Today, Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Now to other award presentations. Our elder would like to appreciate the university for this distinguished honor done to him.
I don't know how much to express myself, but there's always a little one can say when there is emotion. But I want to start by appreciating our father, the founder of this university. Baba, the Lord will continue to strengthen you. Ojoyin Adale. When my president was speaking, my chairman was speaking, he said Baba is a father of medical laboratory science. Baba is not just starting. I remember when we had the Kwara State Convention or Conference in 1981, Baba gave us the highest donation as we were going about to receive from people. And it was, in fact, his donation, his own donation, that set the platform for us to prosecute that conference in that year. So, Baba, the Lord will continue to. The keynote speaker said, Ọlọ́run ni ó san fún yín. Mo èmi náà repeat ẹ̀ láti sọ pé Ọlọ́run ni ó san fún yín. Effort yín lórúkọ Jésù yóò tẹ̀síwájú. I also want to appreciate my association, the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria. I can't express my thanks for them enough. I left service about 7-8 years ago, and yet they still search for me, this small me. I thank you all, and I pray that you also will grow old and you have the best in this profession that we have chosen. To my inductees, if you look at the code of conduct, I want you to look at stanza number 2 very well. If you look at the AMSIN anthem, I want you to look at number 1 and number 4, the stanzas 1 and 4, which had been captured by the keynote speaker. These 3 areas I've mentioned talked about integrity, quality of character, and quality of service. With integrity, you will go places. So I want to implore you people to put integrity first in all things you are going to do. After integrity, you must learn to start right. It was Kafka that said, do the very important one and leave the other one. The important thing for you to do now is to start right. And as you are starting right, I know you will start well. The Lord is your strength. The sky is not your limit. God is your limit. May God continue to strengthen you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your words of appreciation. Now to other award presentations. I want to once again invite the chairman of the Association of Medical Laboratory Science of Nigeria, Kwara State branch, to present awards to the following persons. Professor Da Silva Yusuf, CMD UITH, ably represented by Mr. Popola Hussein, Director of Medical Laboratory Services, UITH. Please come, sir. And also to get ready for award, Professor Olomu Musa Adewale, MD FMC Abeokuta, ably represented by Dr. K.S. Akiwande. Thank you.
The founder, sir, and the members of the high table, please permit me to recognize my senior colleague, the Provost College of Air Technology of Alhaji Abraouf Aliu. When the council representative was talking, he said that it's good to be a medical laboratory scientist. I can also tell our students and our inductees that Mr. Aliu is a medical laboratory scientist. You are welcome, sir. So please, we want to give award of excellence to our Chief Medical Director, University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital, for his support towards our profession. He has been helping us to absorb our graduates for internship training. At least every year in UITH, the Chief Medical Director usually gives us a slot of nothing less than 50 to 60 interns, which mainly are graduates from Kwara universities. So on behalf of our Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, we want to present an award of excellence to the Chief Medical Director, Professor Yusuf Da Silva, ably represented by Mr. Popola Hussein, Alhaji Popola Hussein, my director, sir. Then the second awardee is with the Chief Medical Director of FMC Abeokuta. That's Professor Musa Olomu Adewale. People will be wondering that all the way from Kwara State, why do you have to go to FMC Abeokuta? Professor Olomu was with us at UITH before he was appointed Chief Medical Director. And since that time, he has always been extending the hand of fellowship to us in Kwara State. Anytime we need slot for interns, for our graduates to do internship, anytime we consult him, we just like, okay, my people from Kwara State, bring as many as possible. I will give them employment opportunity. So please, I want to call on the representative. My director, sir, from FMC Abeokuta. I am proud that you are here, sir. Yes, sir. The representative too is also a medical laboratory scientist, a director. And my dear brother, I know him very well, Dr. Akinwande. You are welcome, sir. So on behalf of the Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists of Nigeria, Kwara State Branch, we want to present this award of excellence to our medical director, Professor Musa Olomu, for his support towards us in Kwara AMSIN. We want to appreciate him, and we pray that from time to time you'll be growing from strength to strength. Thank you, and God bless you, sir.
The chairman of the occasion, the founder, the vice chancellor, please permit me to stand on the exiting protocol, but not without recognizing my bosses that are here, especially Professor Omotosho. I recognize you, sir. There is a prepared speech by the medical director, Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, that he asked us to deliver at this occasion. And please permit me to use the next 2 or 3 minutes to quickly deliver the speech. Speech by the Medical Director, Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, Professor Adewale Musa Olomu, PhD, FWACS, FICS, on the occasion of the induction and oath-taking ceremony of the Medical Laboratory Science graduate of Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin, Nigeria. The founder, the Vice Chancellor, please, just as I said, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. It gives me a great pleasure to be amongst you today, although in spirit, and we are representing him, on the occasion of the induction and oath-taking ceremony of the Medical Laboratory Science graduate of your prestigious university by the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. I want to heartily congratulate the proprietor, the founder, the Senate, the Vice Chancellor, the entire staff and students of this university, especially the graduates of today, on this auspicious occasion. With the present brain drain being witnessed in the country, it is expedient that the country rises up to the occasion by ensuring that there is adequate manpower training to complement this, the similitude of what your institution is doing today. It is my joy to intimate this congregation that the proposed University of Medicine and Medical Sciences to be situated in Abeokuta, Ogun State is only awaiting presidential assent. And one of the pioneer colleges, along with medicine, pharmacy, and nursing, that will be in the college, in the university, will be the Faculty of Medical Laboratory Science. Also, the Federal Medical Center, Abeokuta, under my leadership, will be willing to take the first 5 best students among the inductees of today across all disciplines for consideration for internship in our hospital. We will also encourage Ogun indigenes among the inductees to apply for internship in the hospital which their admittance will be given high priority. Once again, I want to congratulate the graduates of today and admonish you all to be good ambassadors of your profession by upholding good professional ethics and also to be good ambassador for the country. Thank you once again for this opportunity. Signed, Professor Adewale Musa Olomi, MD, FMC Abeokuta. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Because of time, we'll move straight to the next item of the agenda, which is the award presentation to outstanding students. We have about 5 students that have distinguished themselves in the course of their study in different disciplines within the department. May I invite to receive the award of the best student in histopathology, Bukar Hawa. The award is to be given by the guest lecturer. Best student in histopathology, Bukar Hawa, should come to receive our award. The guest lecturer is presenting the award to the students.
On behalf of, you can come. If the parents are here, yes, they should come. It's their joy, it's their day. Salamun alaikum. On behalf of the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, Al-Hikmah University, this token is presented to you, Bukar Hawa, in recognition of you being the best student in histopathology by this graduating in this graduating set. We want to commend you and wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. That was the departmental award to the best student in histopathology. Now to the best students in chempathology. I hope I got that right. Chemical pathology. Oh, the best student in chemical pathology, Balkis Nasir. The award is presented by the university registrar, Balkis Nasir.
On behalf of Al-Hikmah University, I present this prize to the best student in chemical pathology.
Thank you. Now, to the best student in microbiology and parasitology, Bolariwa Korede, the award presented by the Dean of the Faculty, Professor Labode Kayode.
On behalf of the Al-Hikmah University and particularly the Faculty of Health Sciences and majorly the Department of Medical Lab Sciences, I present this to you as the best student, best graduate in microbiology. Congratulations.
On to the next one, the best students in amatology discipline, Muhibi Mutmainna. The award is to be presented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, best student in hematology.
On behalf of Al-Hikmah University, Faculty of Health Sciences, and Department of Medical Laboratory Science, this is in recognition of your outstanding performance and emergence as the best student in the hematology. Congratulations.
Thank you, and while you wait, the award of the best overall students for this year goes to Muhibi Mutmainna, represented by the head of department.
So, congratulations in recognition of your best performance in all aspects, both moral, academic, and other aspects in life. Barakallahu fiik.
I have been asked to announce the sum of 20,000 naira as awards to the best overall students, Muibi Mutmainna, on behalf of the Association of Medical Laboratory Sciences of Nigeria, Kwara State Branch. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sakaria Otawakalitu, the Southwest Regional Councillor for Hematology and Blood Transfusion Society of Nigeria. Today, our professor is our National Secretary, who is double as National Secretary for Association of Medical Laboratory Sciences. So, on this occasion, I want to announce that MLS Mutmainna Muibi will be admitted freely to the Association of Medical Laboratory Sciences of Nigeria. You are welcome.
Thank you, my colleague. Hold on. That is a political statement. I want to say that the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria has the policy of encouraging, don't go yet, of encouraging first-class students. Unfortunately, they didn't process the request earlier, so we were not aware that this student have first-class degree. That notwithstanding, I have asked the HOD to write, and the Medical Lab Science Council of Nigeria would give each of the first-class students 50,000 naira. Secondly, because I am in hematology and the father is also in hematology, and his daughter, who is having this first-class degree, is also in hematology, I want to announce a personal donation. And my personal donation is that whatever is in our first envelope, I will double it. So that is an additional money for you. Congratulations, you are doing well.
Congratulations to everyone. From the head of department to all the academic and non-teaching staff, thank you for your contributions to the lives of these students. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are racing against time. We move to the next item of the agenda, which is the goodwill messages. May I invite to present the goodwill message on behalf of the Commissioner for Health of Kwara State, the Director of Medical Services and Training of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Oyeniyi Johnson. Thank you, sir.
The founder and the chairman of the board of trustees, Al-Haji Chief Dr. Ibrahim Oladimeji, President General Arof Jagmolu and Aswaju of Igbomina land, Arugundade of Lagos, and Baba Oba of our kingdom. Alhaja Seknat T.O. Yusuf, the Chairman Governing Council, Professor Noah Yusuf, the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, Medical Laboratory Sciences, Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, Dr. Tuzan. He has also said his representative. The Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Registrar and Secretary to the Council, the Bursar, the Acting Librarian, the Dean, Faculty of Earth Science, Professor Olabode Kayode, who happens to be my teacher, the Acting Head of Department of Medical Laboratory Science. Also, the keynote speaker, our amiable Professor Olayinka Omotosho. I first of all give thanks and glory to the Almighty God, who has been with us, that we are all alive to witness this great day. My second thanks also go to our father, Baba, the Jagmolu of Igbomina land. We are here today because of his investment in education, and not only in education, even in other areas. Baba has been doing a lot of great work. So my prayer for Baba is the Almighty God, the Almighty Allah will give him good health in the mighty name of God. Like we have been witnessing what is happening since morning. It is of great interest for people to invest on education, because education is light. And what we are doing today is we are also invest on medical services, and that will also go a long way to improve the health of parents and Nigeria as a whole. I really appreciate the effort of the management, because they have really tried to have produced these new graduates. And my advice to the new graduate is, one, they also need to follow their ethics, because that will also go a long way for them in life. Next to that is the need for dedication to the service of humanity. Please be honest in your duty to the service of humanity. Next to it is the issue of documentation. When you see a patient, please, let's make sure that all their clinical condition is well documented, and the laboratory parameter, because that is what any health worker will also use in making their diagnosis, and even in treating them, and even for the follow-up. Also, as a members of this profession, please, it's always good to respect the elder, because you will go further in life if you respect them. They be able to direct you aright, and with that, sky is your limit. In addition, we need to be disciplined, and we need to really work in collaboration with each other. There's always limit to level of knowledge. Anywhere you cannot go further, please liaise with your senior colleague, because they'll be able to put you aright. Today wouldn't have been possible if not because of the special role our parents have played on us. Talking of financial assistance, spiritual support through prayer. So we hold them a duty. And please always remember the son or the daughter of whom you are. If not because of their assistance today, we will not be where we are today. So on this note, I really thank our parents for moral, financial support they have given to us to see us to this level. And my prayer is, as we continue in life, the Almighty God, the giver of knowledge, the giver of wisdom, will see you through your future endeavors on this planet Earth. So once again, I join the millions of Nigeria to congratulate you, and God will continue to bless you in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Oyeni Johnson, representing the Honorable Commissioner for Health of the state. And now to the final goodwill message. I want to invite the pioneer head of the department of the medical laboratory science, who also doubles as a parent, a proud parent for that matter here today, Professor Muibi, to please present his goodwill message.
We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us the successes that we have recorded. We beseech him to shine his blessings on the soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The founder, our father, permit me, sir, to stand on the already established protocol. My assignment here is very simple. And the first one is to provide a kind of technical report on something that looks like post-market validation of a product. And the product I'm talking about here today is the training that medical lab science trainee receive at Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin. I am very, very proud to say it here and to the public that the program Bachelor of Medical Lab Science in Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin, did not start until the approval of NUC was obtained. Unlike what some other institutions will do, they will kickstart a program, then they now start to seek for approval. So I'm saying that the establishment of this program in this university was placed on a very sound footing, such that as at the time this set of newly inducted med lab scientists were being admitted, the advert for the commencement program was already in the JAMB brochure. Not that they got admission through backdoor. It's a very unique feature of university wanting to mount a program like this. And the second thing I want to say in the open is this. We are now celebrating 10 graduates. It was not as if we started with 10. No. It's only that 10 are able to make it to this stage because they don't compromise standard in the training and assessment of medical lab science training in this school. I'm very sure of that. And I want to, on behalf of those of us who have been given the opportunity to serve in the department, I mean myself as a foundational head of department, and other colleagues who have also served, like Dr. Adeosun, and our respected colleague, late Dr. Mrs. Rahim, and the current HOD, we want to appreciate the university for accepting to agree to sometimes seemingly excessive requests, because the university is lucky to have as trainers those who will not compromise standard, those who we want to produce med lab scientists in whose hand, if their samples land, they are confident that the result that will be generated will be representative of whatever analysis that is being done. So sometimes when we make requests, of course, to uphold standard, to uphold quality, the academic and non-academic staff of the department, they will make personal sacrifices to make themselves available, to provide the needed skill, sometimes at odd hours and knowledge, but who will back up those things? It is the management, and it requires money. So I am thanking management for tolerating our excesses of requesting for financial backing, because those requests are actually to ensure that the standards are not compromised. And finally, on behalf of myself, I want to appreciate my teacher, my mentor, who is still my teacher, who gave us the keynote speech today, and that is no other person but Professor Isaac Omotosho. Thank you, sir. It is unethical that you see your teacher and you do not acknowledge them. And by extension, I want to therefore acknowledge all the teachers who have taught my child, and even the other 9, they are all my children. Those of you who have taught them as regular staff of the university, academic and non-academic staff, our specialists in the teaching hospital, specialists in the general hospital, I want to appreciate all of you for instilling discipline, for imparting knowledge and skill on this product, the first of its type from Al-Hikmah University. I thank you all, and may God Almighty continue to strengthen us all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, the pioneer, the department of MLS, for that very wonderful speech. And now we move to the founder of the university's goodwill message. And I want to crave Abbas' indulgence to just sit there while I bring the microphone to him. We want to hear from the founder his goodwill message, words of elderly advice, and prayer for the inductees. Over to Babasa.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I'm very sorry I'm not being in the position any message, but I'm very, very, very happy. We are here today, and then we are thank Almighty Allah for what we are seeing in my life again. The only advance to giving all the people. I thank Almighty Allah, and then I thank you for our VC Al-Hikmah University. Noah Yusuf, DVC, Register, Liberian, everybody, management. God go giving you long life and good health. I thank Almighty Allah. The advice I can give the people today, you are see everybody is talking. Mention Papa, Papa, Papa. It's a word of Almighty Allah. We went to Lagos in 1948. The day we went to Lagos in 1948, our salary is a 70 kobo. That is very, 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 very wonderful Almighty Allah. Everybody is praying for Almighty Allah. Do good for me. Maybe he can do it in the morning. He can do it in the afternoons. Maybe it can be night. Everybody could get the reward before you are leaving. What happened today? You see what we are, the age we are there. Look what the work of Almighty Allah for human being. Single person. Single person. I give you advance, my son. Please try continue more. Whatever you are doing, before you are leaving, you will get the reward. You can't say after you are leaving, you go get it, God will go, you go open your book. No, before you are leaving. After you are getting the reward here, later you go get. I thank you, our brother, Professor Olayinka Dixon, for what you are remember, and then what you are think before you can do this thing for Al-Hikmah. And then our brother Ogunwale Kolawole Abayomi, Professor Isaac Olayinka Omatoso, God will be with you and blessing you. Whatever you are doing, everybody will get the reward. What you are doing for the Al-Hikmah, I can't forgetting you. Al-Hikmah, I can't forgetting you. You self, as you do this, God will give you the more long life and good health. In the name of Almighty Allah. Anybody get long life, you know, get good health, it's a trouble. Go get long life and good health. Include all your people send you down here. I thank you, Almighty Allah, for you. Every guardian, student, parent, he was here today. We are thank you for everybody. God will make you go back in your safely in your journey. Join us for everybody. All the students, I'm very, very, very happy what you are seeing here today. And then by God's grace, anything you need, anything, and our power, God will have everything. Whatever, go and meet the authority people in the Al-Hikmah. Just give me the names. By God's grace, whatever I can do, I go do for you. God will do more for you. Long life and good health. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Amen. I'm very sorry, my sweet, the loud we have is strong. We came back this morning from somewhere for the Al-Hikmah matters, and then I still have another program today, like 2 or 3. So don't try to, please accept whatever little thing we are discussing with you. God will be with you and guarding you. Fatiha.
Can we say Allah Akbar for the founder? That is a man that never attended a formal education anywhere in the world, but is able to put his words together in clear Queen's or King's English as it is called now. Once again, we appreciate the founder of this university for providing the platform for these students to thrive, and we pray that Al-Hikmah University will continue to grow in strength and strength. Now to other matters, may I invite the class rep of the inductees, Mr. Rafiu Nephew, in a few minutes to give response on behalf of the inductees.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Permit me to stand on existing protocols. I am Rafi Nefi, the class representative of the inductees. It is a great privilege and honor to stand before this established protocol today to appreciate our parents, who are our teachers and mentors, for taking us this far in our lives. A word can never express our sincere gratitude for all you have invested in us. May you reap the fruit of your labor. This great journey of medical laboratory science training before the dream of today's event comes true wasn't an easy task. It requires a lot of depriving ourselves many pleasures, sleepless nights, reading, submission of timely assignments, rushing down to classes by 7 a.m., going early for clinical posting. We give thanks to Almighty God for sparing our life till today. Glory be to the Most High God. We appreciate our lecturers for taking us this far. We say a big thank you. We appreciate our professional body, Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, who accommodated us into this profession through the period of indexing to the period of induction. We are grateful. We appreciate the management for providing an enabling environment for our studies. We appreciate our parents for your quick response to our request. May Allah reward you all. We appreciate the students of this great department and to our friends, well-wishers who grace this occasion with their presence. We really appreciate your coming and we wish you journey mercy back to your various destinations. Thank you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for that very concise and precise speech. And now to the vote of thanks. I want to invite the registrar, Dr. K.A. Oladimeji, to present the vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On behalf of the founder, BOT, Governing Council, the Senate, management, staff, and students of Al-Hikmah University, Ilorin, it is my pleasure to acknowledge and appreciate everyone present here today at the first oath induction ceremony of the first set of Bachelor of Medical Lab Science graduates. Let me start by expressing the management appreciation to the special guest, Dr. Tassin Elahobro, the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer, Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria, ably represented, admitted the oath-taking ceremony. The present, despite your tight schedule, demonstrate your commitment to education and the interest you have in our university. I beseech Allah to continue to reward and enrich you in knowledge and wisdom for the benefit of Nigerian state and the mankind at large. I will also extend my special word of thanks to Professor Isaac Olayinka Omotosho of Department of Chemical Pathology, University of Ilorin, the keynote speaker of a well-motivated keynote address, and to the other guests who we have not mentioned. We thank you all for your interest in our university. In the same vein, I appreciate the founder, chairman of BOT, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Oladimeji, OFR, for the unwavering support and sterling contribution that made this university what it is today. We value your unfaltering support, dedication, cooperation to advance the cause of this university. Once again, we thank and extend very warm appreciation to the Dean of Faculty of Earth Sciences, the HOD of MLS, the staff, the student of Faculty of Earth Sciences for presenting the 4 sets of Bachelor of MLS graduates. I also thank the parents for their support and also the students. Thank you all for coming here today and witnessing this ceremony. I thank you once again. Masalam.
And now to the closing prayer, may I invite the Dean, Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor L.F. Oladimeji, to lead us in the closing prayer.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Oh Allah, we thank you for today, the day we have set aside and chosen to honor our first batch of students in the medical laboratory science. We thank you that you have made today a day of glory, a day of honor, a memorable day for both the parents and we teachers, as well as the management of Al-Hikmah University. We pray that you, Allah, bless all the inductees of this particular set. We pray that you continue to bless their parents so that whatever they step on after this induction, oh Allah, you make it a reality for them in life. We pray for those who have had one way or the other contributed to the development of these students, that Allah will continue to reward you abundantly. We remember our founder of Al-Hikmah University, Al-Hajj Chief Dr. Abdul Rahim Oladimeji. We pray that Allah will continue to bless him, lengthen his life for us, and continue to make him a model for the righteous. We remember the Vice Chancellor and the entire management, that Allah will continue to provide them the guidance as well as the wisdom with which to continue the affairs of this university. We remember the entire staff in the Faculty of Health Sciences, beginning with the Dean of the Faculty, that Allah will continue to be with them, guide them, and give us many more opportunities to witness this ceremony in our lifetime. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة أما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Can we say Amen? Now, may I crave indulgence to please rise while the Al-Hikmah and national anthems are rendered. Please, let's be on our feet. Please remain standing while the procession